What's up everybody, and welcome back to our channel. On today's video we're going to drive on Highway 70 from Lakewood Ranch, Florida all the way to Arcadia. This is the first video that I upload with my new GoPro, the Hero 11, and usually we upload in wide mode. However, this GoPro has Hyperview. What Hyperview does is it zooms out the camera so you guys can get a better view on what's going on in the sides. Usually with the front mounted camera, we're looking straight ahead, but here you can see far to the right and far to the left, giving you a better field of vision. But in order to accomplish that, it does stretch the image once it reaches the outer perimeters of the screen. So I would like to ask you guys, if you're watching my channel, should I go back to the regular wide recording mode, or do you like this Hyperview where it stretches the image as it reaches the outside of the camera lens, but at the same time it's giving you a very wide range of vision? On this video as well, we run into a road rage incident that ran off for about 30 minutes, which means it's a long video, but we're driving through Lakewood Ranch now. We're going to get on Highway 70 and we'll find ourselves driving to Arcadia, where we run into a vehicle that road raged us in a really scary situation. I'll illustrate some parts of the video, and some parts of the video will be silent. You'll just be hearing the road noise. Now, the road rage incident took place over like a 30-minute period, so there's a lot to see. It's a very long video, but up ahead, we're going to take a left turn on Highway 70 and start heading southeast towards Arcadia, Florida. And I'll narrate the video in some parts so you guys can understand what's going on. And just today, the Polk County Sheriff's Office announced that a road rage incident in Polk County turned fatal. It's crazy to believe that somebody would go to that extent just over a simple road rage accident or dispute even. But that's the situation right now in Florida. Polk County would be to the left of our screen. If we drove 30 minutes in that direction, we would be in the outskirts of Polk County. So it's crazy to think that just this week, there was a road rage murder in this region of Florida. And we hit the roads on these country roads, and guess what happens? We run into road rage. And for some unexplainable reason, most of the really crazy road rage happens on country roads. It rarely ever happens in the city. I go in the city almost every single day in the other direction, and I never run into road rage incidents. However, it seems like every time we run into the just far out into the countryside of Florida, we always run into road rage. So right now we're still driving on Highway 70. We're now heading southeast into Arcadia, and very soon I'll point out the vehicle that started the road rage. And you can tell before they engaged us by the way they were driving that they were already kind of angry at the road. But here we are pulling up to this intersection. I believe this is Lorraine, and the vehicle that is going to road rage us eventually will be this white Ford Explorer, and you can tell that it has two lights at the bottom. And well, even before the vehicle starts to engage us, you'll notice here how aggressively they take off the line. Here they go right now. They just floor the gas ridiculously fast for no reason. That was insane, trying to catch past the vehicle. So heck, as you can see, there's a semi truck up ahead, and that is the source of this person's agitation. I was hoping I could pass the semi as well, but that vehicle right there, remember it, because it will make a nightmare of a situation for us. Now notice how far back my vehicle is from the vehicle in front of me. There's a lot of dump trucks on the road. This is a really stretch of road you got to watch out for because there's a lot of dump trucks, semi trucks. But I'm also on adaptive cruise control. What adaptive cruise control does is that it automatically drives for you, which means I'm just steering the vehicle. My foot's not on the pedal. My vehicle is adjusting to the vehicles in front of me automatically. So at no point did I ever get near this car or do anything aggressive, right up until the moment that I decided to pass the semi up ahead. You can see here how he starts to try to lean into the next lane to pass the semi. So the semi is going about 40 to 45 miles an hour. In a road that I think that's posted speed limit will be like 50, 55. So it's definitely going way too slow. And most people are trying to go 65 because, you know, they're on a country road in Florida. So he's going about 25 miles below the expected speed limit of people on this road. So you'll start to see how he starts waving in and out of traffic trying to pass the semi, and eventually I do the same thing. Now, at about this point, I take off the adaptive cruise control and start driving with my foot. That's why I'm getting closer to the vehicle. Now, I made a run for it, and he decided to cut me off. It means that I had to back off from passing them because obviously he has now disturbed my view. But anyways, I thought it was kind of rude. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. I don't know if you guys realized that we came within 4 to 6 feet of each other. I don't know how well the depth perception is on this camera, but we were really close to each other. And the semi-truck, I did honk the horn at him because he is going like way too slow. He got down to like 38 miles an hour. So now with nobody ahead of us, obviously, I sped up and you know, to catch up with the car that was doing that. I don't know if it was an accident. Now he must have hit 120 miles an hour because I pretty much gunned it right through here. I don't know how fast I got, but he must have hit 100, easily hit 100 miles an hour, maybe even 120 miles an hour. Could it have been a cop? Could it have been a county official? I'm not sure. But if you looked at the vehicle, it did have those little lights at the bottom. So here I am driving on this country road, and then we'll meet up with this person later down the road. And I was just hoping maybe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe he wasn't looking in his mirror, wasn't paying attention. But as we're going to see going further down the road, their clown act wasn't over yet. So I'm thinking, okay, whatever. Maybe it's just a misunderstanding. Maybe they weren't looking in their mirror, whatever. I let it go. I keep driving down the road. But as we're going to see, that person didn't let it go because we're going to explain further ahead in the video more behavior this person does, which goes to show that most likely they did see me in the rearview mirror trying to pass them. They just decided to be extraordinarily aggressive. So you'll see further ahead in the video how the person continues to drive erratically and do crazy stuff. We'll meet with them further ahead. This vehicle here was going about the speed limit, but I decided to pass him anyways. So I'm making sure there's nobody coming and I go for it. Overall, I have to admit, despite the fact it does distort the image on the sides, I like the way this GoPro records a lot better. It feels more realistic, and it feels like I'm going a million miles an hour. Keep in mind I'm in a Camry, so my camera is very low to the ground, which makes it seem like I'm going even faster than what I really am. So this looks incredibly cool. There's the person again in the white SUV from earlier. Now, I decided not to pass them, so I set the car on adaptive cruise control again, which means that the distance between that vehicle and me will remain like the same for a long period of time. So I'm hoping, okay, whatever, just something that happened, he's going to let it go. But you'll see how he'll start to brake check me in driveways, acting like he's going to turn when he's really not. And that's just one of the first things this person does out of many throughout this entire video. This person was just angry at the world and driving very unsafely. But now we're approaching Mayaka City, so I think here we have to slow down to about 45 miles an hour, and there's usually police here. But again, I'm on adaptive cruise control, so my car will keep like the same exact distance to the vehicle in front of me the whole time. So it's almost like I don't have to touch the gas. Automatically, the car keeps that exact distance. As we're driving through Mayaka City, it'll speed up and slow down by itself. Okay, so here he goes again. He starts to kind of brake check me. He's pretending like he's going to pull over to the right, but he doesn't. And he does this many times, and then here he goes now. He pulls over off to the side of the road. He or she, I didn't catch a look at the person, but you can see they're on their brakes. Now there's no reason. There's nobody in front of them. There's nothing in front of them at all. There's no driveways they're going to turn into. They just decided to brake check me and then wave me along to pass them. So I'm thinking, okay, they're backing off. I'm still assuming the best. I'm assuming this person is just going to, let me pass because they don't want any trouble, whatever. But that's not the case because even though they let me pass them, they moved off the road. They were brake checking me pretty much, pulled off to the road, waved me to pass them. Now they're tailgating me, so they're not letting it go. The thing about adaptive cruise control is it's a safety feature. It makes driving very safe, and it's a great feature. Modern technology. It follows your car at like a 3 to 4 car length distance. It's not like I'm right up on them, but it does that function. And for some reason, this person might have been annoyed, but they're annoyed either way. They're just driving aggressively. What a beautiful day to record. Look at how deep the sky, the blues are. It was just a gorgeous day to be out there. But now they're tailgating me. So now they're right behind me tailgating me at about 1 car length distance. But now I'm still on cruise control. So I had it set at 60 miles an hour. So through this entire stretch, I'm going exactly 60 miles an hour, which is the posted speed limit. And what do? Now they are tailgating me. Of course, you can't see that right now, but they are tailgating me. And you'll see them appear again later on in the video. So they were having a lot of fun. I'm going to tell you, this GoPro, I really think it's a huge difference between this GoPro and the previous GoPro. For one, the file links are bigger, so it's easier to edit them. And also, just look at this video. I think it's steps above and way better than the previous GoPro version. So I think the 11 GoPro, I can definitely see the difference over the 10, just the quality of the video. And I do like this Hyperview because if you're watching this video, you want to see what's off to the sides and get an idea of your general settings, where with the other GoPro, just that fixed forward view, it kind of becomes, it's not as fun to watch, I think. Notice how you can see the bottom of the car as I'm driving. So in the future, this is my first time recording with this GoPro. In the future, I'll put the camera a little bit more forward than usual, and you won't see the tip of my front hood right there. So this person now who's been tailgating me decides for some reason to pass me. Now I'm, again, going 60 miles an hour on cruise control. So there's no real reason for this person to be tailgating me, but they tailgated me for a while. And even though they made that extremely dangerous maneuver of pulling over to the shoulder in a 60 mile per hour highway to wave me past, now I'm going 60 miles an hour and they decide to pass me. And again, I'm going 60 and they're already gone, so they must have hit another, I don't know, 95 miles an hour on a country road. So I don't understand why people are so angry and, you know, drive so dangerously. But if you notice at the start of the video, they were stuck behind that semi for a while trying to figure out how to pass it. You know, I would have gone for that pass without a problem, and I had to pass the semi and the two cars that were stalled out behind it. So it's not like they have some incredible driving ability. If they had some great driving ability, they would have been able to pass that semi immediately. I wouldn't have considered going around them, but that offended them. But anyways, that was the road rage scenario of this person. I think somewhere down the road we'll meet up again, and I don't know if they acted irrationally again, but it's almost like every single time you get on these country roads in Florida, you encounter people that do this. It's like whether you're in Polk County or Citrus County, when you get on these country roads, I don't understand why these people are so angry at the world. And again, the vast majority of this drive, I am on adaptive cruise control. The only time I really got out of adaptive cruise control was to make my passing maneuver and when they pulled off to the side of the road, which confused me. I thought they were going to pull into a driveway or something without a turn signal, or that they were trying to brake check me. It turns out that for some reason they wanted me to pass them. And again, adaptive cruise control at a safe distance the whole way, so it's not like I'm doing anything irrational. I'm literally going exactly the speed limit. I love how every time I do these videos where, you know, somebody road rages me, there's always somebody in the comment section saying, well, you did this or you did that. I'm like, dude, I'm literally on cruise control at the speed limit. So it's interesting how this person behaved. I'm not sure what their issue was, but these country roads are very dangerous and definitely not a place to be playing around. There more accidents happen on country roads that are fatal than in the city. In the city, you have more accidents by volume, but on country roads, you're going to have more accidents by fatality. Country roads are super dangerous. And I mean, you're going 80, 90 miles an hour head on into a vehicle. It's definitely not a pretty scenario, especially out here where it's mostly dump trucks and semi-trucks. So I don't know what this person was thinking, putting my life in danger needlessly, but it seems like it's a normal thing on country roads in Florida. Very sad. And I don't know the reason. I have the theory that perhaps, you know, in rural areas you have higher addiction, so maybe they're not sober is what I've thought, because it just doesn't cross my mind how somebody... And it's not like if they were in a rush, well, then why would they pull over and let me pass them if I'm going the speed limit? So it's like, it's not even like where they're going is a rush. It's just like they have to engage violently with other people. Maybe they feel because on country roads there's less cameras, and the city there's more people, there's more undercover cops. Maybe they feel because it's a country road that they can behave like this and that nobody's going to see it. But if you guys watch my videos, we've been road rage in Polk County, we've been road rage in Citrus County, and we've been road rage now in this video, all captured on video, always on country roads. Why are people on country roads so aggressive? I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. The only thing that I can come up with is that people on country roads maybe feel that there's no cameras around, and two, higher addiction rates in rural areas. You know, in the last year that I've been up here in Lakewood Ranch, I haven't really ran into too many unpleasant people. However, on this particular day, I ran into several unpleasant people. One was this vehicle, another one was a person at a restaurant, and then another one I walked into a CVS, and a woman with a child decided to cut me in line. I had one simple, small item. She was going through coupons at the register, getting things that were not in the store that the person had to go get somewhere else. It was literally like a 15-minute scenario, which I just threw my stuff on the floor and walked out angry. Angry at the person that cut me in line, and angry at the employee because they're seeing me sit there. I was already in line. I was already talking to the employee, and this person just walks right up, puts her stuff on the register, and They're just that much more important to me. And what's interesting is in the city, I really don't run into people like that. It's always when I go out into these rural communities that you meet these types of just unpleasant people. And many years ago, it wasn't like. Many years ago, it was the other way around. But today, it's really the rural communities that have this type of just angry person for no real explanation. Another thing I want to point out about this GoPro is that the color is so perfect. Usually with the GoPro 10, I have to go in there and edit the colors myself and get the lighting right and get I have to go in there and edit it. This is so perfect that I wouldn't even think to go in there and edit this video quality. Also, look what a beautiful day. Look at these clouds. They're perfectly flat on the bottom, beautiful blue skies. This was an absolutely gorgeous day, and it was the perfect time to test this camera out and see what it does. I think I like this view. Now, there are some videos where I will use the wide lens, but at least if I'm driving on a country road like this to show you guys a scenic area, I will definitely consider using this particular recording mode. And it's interesting too that the few people that I have met in Lakewood Ranch in the year that I've been here that have just been kind of oddballs, both of them were from Mayaka City out here in this rural area. So it's like even the two most unpleasant experiences that I've had in Lakewood Ranch, which both happen to be on the same day at a Walmart. So they don't have a Walmart out in this part out here. So when they want to go do their grocery shopping, they go to my Walmart, which is the closest Walmart to them. And, some of the crazy crap that you see at that Walmart in Lakewood Ranch, it's not the people from the city. It's actually the people from here in these rural areas. It's so weird. Used to not be like that. Used to be people in the country were actually the most decent folks. But, man, has the world changed a lot in the last few years. Okay guys, so now we're entering Arcadia, Florida, and we're crossing the Peace River. This area actually flooded tremendously with the last hurricane we had. The river went over its banks and there was RVs floating everywhere. It was absolutely insane. But this is the town of Arcadia where our video is going to finish.